Rose Joseph with me. Rose and her family have been a part of New Valley for a long time, and you see them, they take this aisle here. And Rose reached out to me over the weekend and asked if she could testify about God's goodness and something that's happened in their lives recently. And so I'm going to hand the mic to Miss Rose.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I've been a member of this church, this wonderful church with a wonderful pastors that we love very much. I have something to share with you today. God is in complete control. September 12th was a really big day in our lives because we were looking forward to celebrating our 71st wedding anniversary. Well, it didn't happen that way. Sid woke up in the morning and he said, something's drastically wrong and I have to go to the emergency room. So we took him to the emergency room. And the next day, they put him on blood thinners, and they put him on a blood thinner that he was allergic to. And they should have known he was allergic to it because it was written in all his information. Well, that didn't start him off too well. From then, he went downhill very, very quickly. The following day, he had 2 heart attacks and went into a coma. Finally the next day, the doctors said, there's nothing more we can do. We've done everything we could. So you're going to have to make a decision. And his decision was made long ago when he said he didn't want to be hooked up to anything that would keep him alive. So that was that. We had to support him in that. He previously let me see what I'm saying. He previously told him that if he was ever in that position, that he did not want to be put on anything. So they called the whole family in, and we all came in. He was not awake at all. He was still in a coma, and we all said our goodbyes to him. Everybody cried and wept and carried on. The whole family was in the room. I asked to give him morphine to help him to get through this time. Within the next 2 days, he got worse and worse. He was still hooked up to all his machines that were vital, but we all said our goodbyes. And the next day after that, my daughter Deanie said, look at his vitals. They look like they're moving. They look like they're changing. It looks like he's getting better. And we looked at each other and we couldn't figure out what was happening. So he got a little better and a little better. And before you know it, he opened his eyes. He couldn't talk then yet. He tried to form words, but he couldn't talk. But he opened his eyes and he looked around the whole room and he saw the whole family there. And he started saying some words. And then he began to joke with each one of us there. So we just all looked at each other and said, what in the world just happened? We just couldn't make it out. We couldn't figure out what happened to him. But we saw a miracle right before our eyes. So I just wanted to share that with you. When God's time is ready, he'll take you, not before. Amen. And he is in complete control. I want to give him all the glory and all the honor and all the praise because we all love him very much. Thank you.
Sarah, can you hold it a second? Rose and Sid are the same age as my own parents, and I was with Sid on I believe a Friday afternoon, and we prayed together. Things got so bad that I went very early in the morning on Saturday morning and was with him. And when I was they had spent the whole evening with him. He was unconscious. And, you know, I've visited a lot of people in the hospital, and I've been around death enough at the hospital to know when someone's close. Sid, you were at death's door, and we had just prayed the day before. And Sid said to me, I'm prepared to go, meaning I'm right with the Lord. I know where I'm going. He goes, but I just don't want to go. I feel like I'm still called to be here. Would you pray that God gives me more time? We did. I left the room. He nearly passed the next day. The way he was breathing, it sounded like he was very close to going to the Lord. And here you are. So we do give praise. I'm going to ask all of you now to